Hi guys, how y'all doing? Thank you guys so much for coming back and checking out this video. So today we're going to be talking about knots. Yes, knots, especially the single stranded knots. The knots that, like, when you look in your hair, you can see that it's knotted individually. It's not like it's a tangle that you can brush through or a mat that you can work through, but like an actual knot that is in your hair. I get mine at the ends of the hair most of the time. But yeah, you can get it throughout your entire hair, these annoying single stranded knots. So yeah, let's go straight into this video. So the first thing I'm gonna say is your hairbrush. Yes, your hairbrush. I noticed that whenever I was brushing my hair, right, if I had like hair butters, like I like to use hair butters in my hair, right, and sometimes it, after you leave it in your hairbrush, it kind of hardens and it becomes thick, kind of like if you use coconut oil. When it gets colder, it hardens. When it gets warmer, it softens up. So if you leave an oil here, it can have the same effect where maybe it doesn't look sticky, icky, but then later on it will kind of hardens, and then it will kind of stay in your hairbrush. So I noticed that the butter, right, was kind of getting redistributed to the ends of my hair, and because it was not melted first, it was kind of like leaving like a sticky residue of the butter in my hair. And as the days went on, it will hold on to it and it will cause it to like knot up. It's not just the creams, it's also the hair that is left in your hair. So I have really paid attention to how much hair is left in here before I touch my hair with it, because I know that if I have a lot of hair left in here, it can, the hair here, right, can get attached. The old shedded hair or broken hair can get attached and to my hair, and that would also cause it to knot up and tangle up. Make sure that your brushes are clean, right? You don't have old hair that is in here stuck. You don't have any type of like oils and butters that are like stuck in there. You don't have any of that stuff. Make sure that your brushes are clean, and when you apply your creams and your oils and your hair milk and your hair butter, make sure that you work it in all the way until you feel like it's absorbed into your hair. Because the same thing with hair butters, if you don't melt your hair creams and your hair oils properly and get it absorbed in the hair, sometimes it can kind of stick on top of your hair, and that can also invite knots. It really can. If you get your hair to be too sticky and you kind of leave the oils and the cream sitting on top of your hair, it can definitely mingle with other hair strand and get it to kind of tangle up a lot. Make sure that whenever you moisturize your hair, you melt the creams in your hands. You make sure that the creams are 100% absorbed into your hair strands, and of course you make sure that your hair, especially the ends of your hair, has extra love. So you want to add extra oils, extra creams to the ends of the hair. Even if you're not going to moisturize your whole hair, just go ahead and moisturize the ends of your hair, because dry hair is more likely to cause single stranded knots than moisturized hair. Every single time you touch your hair, go to the ends of your hair, investigate every single section, and make sure that your ends are behaving and it's not causing any knots in your hair. And on top of that, you want to make sure that you use a comb or your fingers and just make sure that you don't have any type of knots or any type of leftover creams or anything that's stuck in your hair. You want to make sure that the ends of your hair is detangled, because if you don't properly detangle the ends of your hair every time you moisturize it, that can be a way that your ends can tangle up. So some of the other practices that you can practice on a regular to prevent yourself from getting single strand knots is wearing more stretch styles. Yes, Afro styles are like the cutest, but you don't want to be doing too much wash and goes, because wash and goes are known to give you more single stranded knots for sure, especially if you do them often. You want to do those type of styles less frequent. You know, you want to do more of stretch styles, more like stretch twist out, stretch braid out. You want to do those type of styles more often, and less wash and goes and less shrunken hairstyles. So you definitely want to pay attention to how you style your hair. Another way that I've noticed that you can definitely prevent single stranded knots is by using less product in your hair, right? Because not on wash day, but like on other days. Say on wash day, you have washed your hair, you have put the products in your hair, you style it. But if every day or every other day, or you know, often, you're putting in more product and more product and more product, sometimes those products can dry out in your hair and cause flakes or cause like dirt in your hair. And those are like one of the best ways. If you want to get single stranded knots, those are one of the best ways, is having too much product build up. So if you're the person who's used too much like styling creams, styling gels, or too much like hair butters and things like that, you probably need to pay attention to the ends of your hair more often to see whether, you know, you have products build up at the ends of your hair or throughout your hair, because that can definitely be one of the ways that you can cause yourself to have a lot of single stranded knots. So if you use a lot of products in your hair, you probably will need to cleanse your hair more often to get rid of the product so that it's not staying in your hair too long and causing you to have single stranded knots. So whenever you're leaving your hair down, pay attention to the type of clothing that you're wearing, because you will not catch me outside, okay? In the winter time, wearing one of those like fuzzy sweaters that come out easily and leaving my hair down. No, you will not catch me outside, okay, ever, wearing one of those clothing while leaving my hair down. So you always want to pay attention to the type of clothing that you're wearing, because certain clothes can easily come off and get redistributed in your hair, and that can cause you to have knots in your hair. So yeah, whenever you're putting your hair down, just keep in mind, is this material gonna come off easily? Is it one of those that come off, you know? And if it is, maybe put your hair up or in a bun or something like that, and don't leave your hair down. So even if you're a type of person who don't do a lot of wash and go but still get a lot of knots, try to make sure that when your hair, after washing and conditioning your hair, you put your hair in like big chunky braids or big chunky twists, or onto knots or a bending method, or some sort of way that allow your hair to kind of stay stretched while it dries. Sometimes if you style your hair wet, you can cause yourself to have more single stranded knots. So just make sure that you leave your hair to dry a little bit before you style it for the week. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. These are all the different tips that I have learned along the way of being natural, things that I practice every single day to prevent myself from getting single stranded knots. So I really hope that this was useful information and that it can be helpful for you on your hair journey. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video to anybody else who will find this video helpful and useful. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.